So I'm just actually going to sit up here while Sam reads my introduction.
Okay.
I like being awkward like that.
I like it. I'm on board. Okay, so let's get this first. So, Malcolm Friend is a poet and Canto Mundo fellow originally from Rainier Beach neighborhood of Seattle, Washington. In lieu of a bio, he has opted for a short, inspirational poem as his introduction. Though my black skin may offend, still I dab. Though slings and arrows may be thrown, still I dab. Though white eggs upon Twitter shall get upset, still I dab. Dab, dab on. Dab as the sun rises and dab some more. Malcolm Friend.
Yeah, I don't actually dab. I just thought that would be a fun introduction. It would have been much more fun if the Panthers would have won the Super Bowl, but gotta take our victories where we can get them. Alright, so I had no idea what I was reading today until like an hour before the reading, so bear with me. I'll actually start off by reading a poem by Adrian Matejka called Beneath the Bassline, and it's dedicated to Charles Mingus. If claiming you retired 23 Mexican whores in one night wasn't enough, you used a conch to profile a south of the border to be even more in touch with the culture. Now, you're a handful of tap dance on the Ganges. Since mythology is something Ash likes to forget, you are also part of the mulatto revolution. For all those about to pass, we salute you. Even if you played the pimp and lied to your shrink, thanks. Even if you watered up like a baby because the man asked you to play the stars and stripes forever. Thank you for chords so magnanimous that they step all up and down like an asthmatic hoodoo. Alright. Let's see how this reading goes, since I have no idea. Alright, so I'll basically be reading stuff that has been written recently, so again, bear with me. This first poem is called Ode to Tego Caldern, or The Day El Abayarde Dropped, was Maelo's Resurrection, and it did go through workshop, and I did change it a little bit, so hopefully workshop folks like it better now. And there are a couple of ways to read it. One is just horizontally, line by line. The other is it's separated into 3 columns. And I'm going to do the second way because people thought that would be more interesting. Right. Ode to Tego Caldern, or The Day El Abayarde Dropped, was Maelo's Resurrection. It isn't the salsa-backed intro on the cover, mirror held up, nariz into boca, drip molasses to el sonero mayor. Sonero, no bomba interludes Maelo owned in Villa Palmeras. The Equae you sing like him. Tu era wasa wasa, we, lo prieto, lo niche, played back in reverse, taking place on stage. Negra, son un desfile, se alegra. Horns heralding his salsa vieja. Esto fue lo que trajo el barco. Tabimba, voz is drenched in it. Improv mutates over breakbeat. Bring us back to Santurce. The Witinila sample, your nod to Loisa, and direct to Puerto Rico. Styled yourself abayarde, hand pushing out of casket, singing one more time. De melaza en flor que cuando I'm way off today. De su negrura todo, the fro you sport, the way you dip, make you vocal copy, and dembo ricochet. Rumbones de esquina, en salte de medio, lo difunto and the cry a lo afro-boricua, lo negro, el Maelo's entierro, Nazareno clutching mic, las caras lindas de mi gente. Pasa frente a mí, el corazón. So the next poem that I'll be reading, again, is something that went through workshops, so hopefully the changes I made make people like it a little better. Cover, Stand By Me. Make it louder, speed it up. This ain't no soul. This that bachata shit. Reverb bassline, that Latin flair, grain and rasp replaced by pretty boy smile. Have to say your name over the track. Jeffrey Royce Rojas, Scratch, Royce. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. Scratch, y la luna es la luz que brilla ante mí. If you strip it down, can you hear the North Carolina backroads still calling? How Harlem couldn't hide them beneath jazzed trumpets and the shouts and shoves of riot police breaking glass. This sounds same as Santo Domingo calling over an ocean. How the D-train screech can't hide its bongos, this migration music, percussing passage, or when Benny King joined you on stage at the Latin Grammys. This man who never knew bachata did a two-step with you, while couples danced bachata behind you. Ruffled dresses, spinning crimson and teal and turquoise all around the embrace you shared at the end of the song. Real crossover appeal. How all I could think of was every hug my father gave me. Every time he ruffled my hair, coarse hands over naps. How that was all I ever needed to know. No lloraré, no lloraré. Scratch. I won't cry. I won't cry. No. Scratch. Oh, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand. Stand by me. Scratch. Porque sé que tú estás junto a mí. All right. Last poem, real quick. So one of the things with workshop that we've been doing is that we have these prompts that go along with every reading. And one week we had a prompt pushing us to anthropomorphize. I'm really off today, I'm sorry. And this poem, when I was thinking about the prompt, I was like, you know what? You know, black people kind of get reverse anthropomorphized, like we get made into animals. So I'm going to do a reverse anthropomorphized poem instead of doing one about anthropomorphism. So this is called Because the Animal Has Always Been Human to Me, or maybe the human has always been animal. Freshman year, my high school's Olympic week has a hip-hop day. The mostly white student body jokes about dressing like hood rats. Ask the first black student they can find for an extra basketball jersey, or do-rag. And in season 1 of Friday Night Lights, Smash Williams is called a junkyard dog by one of his coaches. Only an animal could be as ferocious as he is on the field, and it's 1960, scratch, 1970, scratch, 1980, scratch, 1987, scratch, 1988, scratch, 2006, scratch. 2009, scratch. 2010, scratch. 2011, scratch. 2013, scratch. 2014, scratch. 20 dash dash, and a banana is thrown at a black soccer player in England, scratch. Scotland, scratch. Spain, scratch. France, scratch. Turkey, scratch. Mexico, scratch. Russia, scratch. Italy, scratch. Germany, scratch. Insert name of country here. And in 2014, I'm in Spain, and a friend's bag is stolen while we aren't looking. When we ask someone nearby if he saw anything, he says the guy was a moro. Como tú, he points. His finger a leash choking the Spanish from my throat, and in 2016, a student of mine writes a racist paper. Details how black people have to resist their primal urge to use vernacular in order to advance as a people, and every morning, I greet the animal in the mirror. Its eyes lock on me, fixated, hunting, clawing out of the glass. It growls at me, calls me every name I've never been called. Says, you monkey, you dog, you hood rat, you sloth. Says, you nigger. Don't you know I've always been here, on the surface, your precious little mouthpiece. Thank you.